Tonight, we bring you this fiasco.
Immediate ceasefire in Gaza, the return of the sausages, the hostages.
Keir, our master, the Dark Lord, is very displeased with you. This is our message to you. This is a sausage. And this is a hostage. They look nothing alike, you dumbass. This is your final warning, Keir. When you are talking in public, get all thoughts of big, juicy, succulent sausages out of your mind. That is for you in the privacy of your bedroom. You have been warned. Thank you for watching Hellfire News. I am Belladonna Nightshade, bringing you hell on earth, one Labour vote at a time.
Hi, it's Belladonna Nightshade. Wonderful that to have people checking this out, the stream. A little bit of an announcement. I'm gonna make this my last live stream, but I'll still do all the other stuff that I do. So, Alan said, hi, good afternoon, everyone. And you who liked that one, I thought that was funny. On YouTube, it only got like 54 views. So I can't say. So and Wayne said, I like the first part. What first part is that? And Lauren says, Sir Sausage, we are hostages to your darkness. Yeah, what, for another 4 years? Terrible, just terrible to think about. Awful. So, yeah, we'll see here. Yeah, I just noticed, I've been doing these live streams for about, 3 weeks now, and the views are going down, so I gotta take a hint. That maybe not too many people. I'm glad that you, gentlemen are interested, but otherwise, it's just being, it's not stirring up much interest. Like most of what I do on the internet, it's just the way it is. And people will say, oh yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm so glad that people like Lawrence every day, Wayne, whatever he's a very busy man, whenever he gets a chance he tries to make it. Yupalu has been making it so many different days. And, Tom made it too. And Tom almost every day. Just wonderful. Yeah, Tom, this is gonna be my last live stream. But I'm gonna go ahead and, keep on, doing the videos and other stuff that I do. But, let's see, like yesterday's stream, it only got like 27 views. And that's half from the day before. And so, I gotta be pragmatic. Yeah. I gotta be pragmatic and just say, it's just ain't working out. And I think 3 weeks was a good, what was it? Was a good run to figure out if anyone was gonna be interested. And I'm not diminishing you guys at all. So thank you so much. And Allison says, Tom says power is out. Oh no! So yeah, I imagine your internet's killing you. Off and on. Oh yeah. And Allison says, oh, I love your live stream. You're so funny. It has such a true sense of humor. Well, it's wonderful that anybody thinks. There really is. Yeah, it definitely is. A peculiar sense of humor for sure. I'm on my phone. Oh no, we're gonna lose Tom at any moment when the battery goes dead. Oh no. But yeah, like I said, Allison, I'll still go ahead and make the videos I normally do, and for other opportunities, doesn't mean I can't live stream in the future. I just don't think that there's a lot of interest. Like I said, 27 views yesterday, maybe 40 the day before, and so it's all sliding down, and I'm not making the other videos very much because I'm spending time on this, trying to find news stories and stuff, and also probably what I'm talking about is boring, also goofy. A VTuber, but what audience I cultivated, 99.9% are not interested in VTuber, are not interested in a VTuber playing games on Twitch. I kind of expected it, but it's kind of fun to try different things, right? So, on Twitch too, and Lard says you could dual stream once a week on Twitch too. Yeah, I hadn't figured that out, but yeah. I don't know, nothing's out for the future, but yeah, probably the daily thing isn't gonna work for sure. So, but if you don't do it daily, when you do it, people, less likely to catch it. So I was hoping a little bit of an increase. Stuff happens, that's the way it is. And also, I'm probably not helping myself talking about things like Roku's Basilisk on yesterday. Since everything is algorithmic, and I believe that something's on top of all the algorithm. So I'm sure I'm not making the internet god happy. Talking about subjects like that. Yeah. If anyone would have a little bit of suppression, internet suppression, it would be me. You're not supposed to talk about that stuff. Philip says you caught the lightning laser though, you captured the zeitgeist. Yeah, but just not for live streaming, Philip. So I'm gonna end these live streams after today. And Allison says you have quite an English sense of humor. A bit dark, a bit subtle, and a bit in your face. Oh, that is a marvelous compliment, because I do love the British sense of humor. I love the old style British comedy and everything. It was rather limited what we got over here in the United States, but I just adored it. And of course, I was always like a Monty Python nerd. I just loved that kind of crazy, wacky comedy. And it's kind of why with my videos, I'm all over the place, kind of scattershot, is because I like to do something a little different. If it's odd, then for me, that's more fun. Yeah, I guess I could pump out the same old video, the same old song all the time, but that's just boring. It's so formulaic. That the sad thing is, right, so much on YouTube it is very formulaic, and they even tell you, don't do anything inventive on YouTube if you want to succeed. And so you have so many the people copying what other people are doing. And I don't know. That doesn't, that's just tiring. That's just boring. But, that's the way people are, right? And we can look at our own selves. We can look at what we actually, watch, that we don't tell other people about, that we actually find interesting, whether it's on YouTube or X. And it's probably what everyone else is watching, right? So, yeah, it's just the way things are. I'd say, but thank you, Allison. That was very nice of you, because, I do adore even though I'm a Yank, I do adore the British sense of humor, at least the old British sense of humor, which was so fun. And, it could be so dry, but then hit you and make you just laugh. You laugh out loud, So, and Lauren says, the secret is a stand-up comedy show to promote your podcast. Some people think this happens in reverse, but they're wrong. Well, I have done a little vampire comedy. Those videos haven't done very well. Though on YouTube, the way I look at it, I technically only have 3 videos, music videos. No, 2 music videos and 1 video about David Lammy that really ever did well on YouTube. I had, like after I did Pay Up, right? I was like the second largest video I did on YouTube. And I had a video after that probably would have only have gotten like 150 views if it wasn't for Pay Up, right? So I kind of don't consider that next video popular on its own. But yeah, that and Sir Keir Starmer's Love Child. So that was that got the most views here on YouTube. And then you go to X. What's interesting about X, right? You could have like so-called say you get something that has 10,000 views. You then look at the analytics, and so say it was like a 3-minute music video. You look at the analytics and you find out its average viewing time was like 6-10 seconds. So nobody was really watching. That's what's everything for X is just, it should just be mostly, you should just have a meme. People look at it and that's it. So that's what's very interesting about X. And let's see. Okay. And the stand-up comedy show. Lawrence, feel free to reach out and give me more idea on that. I do like comedy, yeah. So yeah, okay. So maybe I'll get an idea from what you're saying, thinking about that. Philip says I still struggling to write anonymous hate mail from my neighbors. AI, Philip, what the AI? Grok. Like Groks. Feel your heat. Experts support you. We don't even have to hate on our own anymore. How crazy the world is. Let's see. And Alan said, okay, Alan, might be a good idea. Maybe at least a weekly sum up. That would make sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that might make more sense, right? Yeah. Okay. I can collect different videos and maybe a little bit more funny stuff instead of all the serious stuff. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Alan. That's a great idea. And Warren says, I think Summer's calling out for a satirical Oasis song. I'm sorry, I never liked Oasis. About the UK under Saharan heat. Oh, guess one of the things I wanted to talk about. Saharan heat, maybe a channel migrant song featuring Manu Macron. Oh boy. We're gonna talk about Macron too today. So, yeah. Oh, Oasis. I'm sorry. I like so much music that's come out of the UK, but not Oasis. Never liked those two. But yeah, to mock them, that would be fun. And Alan says, Philippine, what they have done. And let's see. Oh, I have a question for you, Brett. Okay, I was looking up news for the UK. I didn't see much, right? But what was the term? Oh, yeah. That was for a water hose. You call it a house pipe? A water hose? I didn't know this. I was reading stories about the UK, you're having a drought? That was really weird too. So I want to hear about this. But it was talking about because you're having a drought, the UK, right? Banning, house pipes, home pipes, and this then I figured out, I was like, what the hell was that? What the hell was that term? And then it was like a water hose for like watering around your house. So what is it called? A house pipe? Is that the term? It was like, wow. So yeah, that was real fun. A hose pipe, okay. Alright, let's see. Sometimes out in my street is so boring. You gotta roll with it, Lauren says. And Philip says there's innocence in their crying. And yeah, Bridget is a man, yeah? Yep. You wanna talk about that? That's wonderful. A hose pipe. I thought I saw a house pipe, so it was a hose pipe? Okay, I was like, what the? So tell me, there's an actual, you having an actual drought in the UK? Are you actually having sunshine though? Or are you having a British drought where it's so cloudy all the time, but it's just not rainy at the moment? Let's see. People use hose pipes to water their gardens. Hose pipe. Okay, I thought I saw a house pipe. I was like, what? And Lawrence says hose pipe, but we really don't have street pumps we can use like in New York. Well, most of America doesn't either. We just have faucets. We have outdoor faucets that we attach our hoses, water hoses. Right? Yeah, it's always fun, the difference between UK English and UK and the US English, right? Just like Churchill said, the UK and the United States are two countries separated by a common language. Yeah, that's gonna be one of the greatest quotes of all time. There's no drought here in London. We call them hose pipes. Okay, maybe that's what I saw. Okay. Macron and Sarah both sleep with men. Indeed. Indeed. Though Macron's teaching her about sleeping with your daddy. Yeah. So, Sarah's, I never thought of that. Sarah's being a pervert, he'd be all excited about that, wouldn't he? Yeah. It's over 30 Celsius here in the UK. Oh, damn, I'm gonna have to type that in and figure that out for Imperial. Yeah, but I understand that's hot. It's for the UK at least. So, let's see. Water companies didn't think to collect water. Yeah, what's... My understanding is the UK is always cloudy and always rainy. So, that's why I always thought that solar energy was really stupid for the UK. Really stupid, but tell me, are parts of the UK having a drought with clouds? That would be so UK. Or are you actually having a very sunny summer? I'd like to know. I should imagine the UK having a drought, still not getting much sun. To me, that would be very, very UK. As you see here over here in the States, we're really getting 40 inches of rain. Or we're getting drought and plenty of sun, right? Let's see. And Philip says it's because we haven't built any water reservoirs for 100 years. 30 Celsius, so we can leave out here close to properly dry. So yeah, definitely isn't raining if you can leave them out, cause in like very, very wet places, hot places though, yeah, it just makes getting moldy clothes even worse. So let's see. I can urinate on Philip says my neighbor's flowers. I'm saving the plant. So again, I'm reading the UK news, right? And I don't always know, I'm not assuming propaganda always. So let me ask you this question then. Are you not having a drought? Then like you said, yeah, they haven't built enough reservoirs, for increased summer use maybe, right? So you're not Are you not having a drought? You're having high temperatures, so maybe greater water usage, but you also have all of these other invaders in the country now that are using a lot of water? Is that the actual problem? And I just didn't read the lines of the mainstream media propaganda? Do you think I have it yet? Let me know. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you have to think these things out, especially if you're a Yank. Yeah, what's the actual truth? Oh, let's see. Where was I? Okay, I got something here. Oh, there we go. No. Oh, what happened? I lost my... Oh, there we go. Okay, get my news items ready. So, I should have known. Alan says, no drought, just increased. Oh, I should have known. I eventually got to it, though. The land of all the illegal immigrants bring their own water because not allowed to touch English water. Yeah, so, Loannis, I'm sorry if I butcher your last name, Loannis. I'm probably wrong on that too, right? Panchalakos? That sounds like a fine Greek name, so did I kill that, or am I wrong on the nationality too? Loannis, bye Nates, thank you for joining us. And, yeah, I should have suspected that right away, but I knew I was gonna be able to ask you Brits, what's going on with that? It just figures. Let's see, let's see. I got a number of different little stories. Oh, yeah, let's stay on with the UK, and I can't pronounce this name, so this was, as you all know, this was the bonfire yesterday in Northern Ireland. Moidashio? I might have butchered it. Let's see. Yeah, what a bonfire. No, you can, I guess you can, burn an effigy. It's still in the UK. Anybody but the invaders, right? So, yeah, your news media is just outraged. What hell with beach? Ellen says, indeed. That's the Irish Wicker Man, the new type, right? Yeah. The bonfire of the London vanities. And Allison says, our news is all propaganda. Yeah, all mainstream media is, isn't it? We get told there's a climate crisis when it's just changeable weather. Yeah, climate change, right? And it's man-made. Oh, yeah. Well, it's just changeable weather. Now the Russians want to invade us for some reason, which nobody knows. Yeah, I don't understand why they would even want to invade. I don't know how you'd be any worse off. Well, yeah, they could send all the indigenous off to the front lines to die in that war, right? Yeah, so yeah, I guess I could be worse off. Though Starmer seems to want it so bad, doesn't he? Oh, boy. Or Lauren says, or bonfire of the liberal vanities. Yeah. And Philip says, I knew a guy who lived in Dubai. He told me that they washed the cars with petrol. I don't know how true that is. But, yeah. Well, they have plenty of it, I imagine, right? So, just don't be smoking. I'm still not sure if we are still on a war footing. Well, I don't know. It's hard for you guys to be much of a threat, though, right? Like I looked up the statistics. I don't know the numbers for the Great UK Army, and it was just shocking. It was like, what was it, 74,000 total army members, and then I read 14,000 of those are ceremonial. Yeah, it's all bluster behind Big Brother. Uncle Sam, isn't it? It's all bluster. When you had the big guy on the block, you can stand behind and threaten just, standing behind Uncle Sam, but holding your fist at the Russian bear. It's so ridiculous. It really is. And Hosen says, I think Putin seems nicer than Starmer. Yeah, or just two bastards. Oh, bastard. Let's see. Did they have an effigy of Saint Greta? No, that would be a war crime, Philip. You can't do that. But they could burn you at effigy, I'm sure. And all day long. That's okay, right? Okay. Let's see. Here's a picture of that bonfire. Yeah, we won't say much though. Yeah. We don't want we don't want you two to be mad at us. Oh boy. And Allison says we have more horses than tanks in our. Yeah, that was the other thing. It was some ridiculous number. It was like 130 something main battle tanks, and 20 or 30 were operational. What? Again, you're just the little boy behind Uncle Sam threatening Putin with your fist. And Uncle Sam doesn't see you behind him doing that. I'll make it Putin. I'll make it really kick you ass. I said, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, that would make a wonderful song. Come and get it, Putin. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have little baby Keir Starmer, and we'll have Macron with his daddy wife, standing behind Uncle Sam and threatening Putin. We're badasses. And then France's army isn't very mighty either, Then I've read about Germany's army is a mess because they haven't been investing in it for a long time. Seems like the only one that in Europe right now that has a really strong army is Poland. And, because they don't want to go back under the Russian thumb ever again. So, and I imagine still too many people remember the living under the Soviet Union. So, let's see. Ward says he doesn't wrestle bears anymore, or he'd go fishing, because he has cancer apparently. Vlad the Invader. Yeah, that's what they say. It must be like the Biden cancer. Former U.S. President Joe Biden, because they say that prostate cancer, to get to the stage that he has it, was probably over 10 years in the making when he made that announcement about him having the late stage prostate cancer spreading to the bone. So, but when he became president and probably already had it, to save some money, right? Yeah, we're not going to give him PSA test anymore. Yeah, because we'd have to publish those results. Ooh, yeah, okay. And Lawrence says, charge the Light Brigade during the Crimean War, so he left the Crimea. Be the next time around. Yeah, there's not going to be no charge of the Light Brigade in Crimea, right? Yeah, wow. Wow. Yeah, that war in Ukraine is kind of very like an old-fashioned war, like something right out of. I know they have the drones and everything, but the meat grinder aspect of it, just throwing them in to die and everything brings you back to thinking about World War One or battles like on a horseback where they just would charge into cannons. Wow, just there, it's hard to fathom that kind of slaughter. And then it usually always turns out to be so unnecessary, right? So, I heard a rumor that Putin spends his spare time eating sandwiches in a Moscow mortuary. Yeah, he could be after all to one of us evil vampires. I have hinted that, haven't I? It makes so much more sense of the world we live in. Let's see. Into the Valley Death Road to 500. Yeah. Just imagine. They romanticized it, but in real life, the cannon shots, the cannons going on, the horses being blasted apart, the men being blasted apart. Wow. And that used to be typical of warfare. And, now it's just so damn deadly. It isn't just artillery. It isn't artillery anymore. I mean, I'm no expert on military matters, but my understanding, like artillery and artillery shells, in most wars kill the most people, right? Or, most casualties total. But now you have those drones coming, and they're sending those drones into the bunkers, which again, into their trenches over there, and again, which is a lot like World War I, except for the drones. So it's kind of more Terminator, isn't it? More hunter seeker, where the drones are seeking you out. On top of you might die from the artillery shell, or some some bomb drop from an airplane or something. On top of all of that, yeah. Let's see. And Philip says Starter likes ventriloquism. It's the only time he could stick his hand up a man's ass. I doubt that, though. I doubt that that's the only time. I doubt it. We are talking about Keir Starmer, after all. And let's see. And Allison says, I bet Putin still punches bears on her noses. Stupid bears. Yeah, that's what he should say. Stupid bears. Indeed. Let's see, 500 drones attacking Kiev every night now. Yeah, they're really ramping it up, aren't they? Yeah, what can you say about it? If Russia gets everything they want, what? More land that they improperly govern? Yeah. The point, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just insane. And I'm sorry, but as a Yank, it's not my war. Not my war at all. So, it's terrible. Terrible. I understand the history. I understand why a Ukrainian would absolutely hate Russians. Even though in history they were very, very closely united, but towards the end of the Tsars, and then what the communists under Stalin did to the Ukrainians. Yeah, I can understand it. It's just that. And then the other thing is you have two countries, right, in population decline. Ukraine is very severe because of all the Ukrainian healthy body people who fled. It's just terrible, and it's not good for Russia either. So, what can you say? What can you say about it? So, yeah. Doesn't mean I want Americans to die for either people, though. Alright? I'm already sick and tired of what our politicians try to get us to die. Americans to die for all the time, you know? So, Warren says they weren't good guys in the war, the Ukrainians, but they let the Germans right in what they were, because they wanted revenge, I can understand it. That Ukrainian famine was not nice, was awful, so they wanted revenge, so, so, it's the kind of stuff, and what's gonna happen so, say Russia gets all of their, goals, right? They crush Ukraine, they say they don't want to take it all over, but they take all these land. Again, more land, enormous Russia, that'll be mismanaged, right? And what's left of Ukraine, hating them for eternity. So, it's terrible. It's just terrible. It's terrible. It's one of those things, you can't win, you can't win, but I can't say whether or not it's my business or not. Half the country pro-Russian, and the other half Ukrainian nationalist, where it says, okay, I wouldn't be surprised. So, it's terrible. So, let's see. I'm gonna move on now. And let's see what else we have here. Let's go ahead. We'll move over to, which one's this? We'll move over to, the U.S. Here in the U.S. they had it's really curious. They had a raid on a big, marijuana, facility, right? In California, it's legal, provided you pay all the taxes and everything, to grow marijuana for use in the state of California. Well, this was a big facility where they had huge farms, growing the plant. And, every time ICE raids these, has a big raid, especially in California, the news media is right there, and they have hundreds of protesters ready. And, here, I'll play a little of this.
But Tom, it strikes me
unbelievable
that the Democrats are not on board. When you look at this raid, there were 10 juveniles that were illegally brought across the border. You and I covered this under the Biden administration. I was down in Texas. We encountered 8, 10-year-old, 12-year-olds coming across with just a name and an address and a phone number on their necks, the cartel ruthlessly sending them across. And yet now we know that 10 of them, 8 of which were unaccompanied minors working illegally in a marijuana farm, and your agents go in and rescue them essentially, and yet there is violent resistance to that. Does that upset you?
It certainly upsets me, and like I said, the work men and women of ICE are doing is incredible. Look, we're looking for over 300,000 missing children. We've already found 10,000. Have you heard that anywhere? No, the media is simply not covering it. And look, this should be a nonpartisan issue. Arresting public safety threats and national security threats, everybody be all the same page on that. Rescuing children, I mean, it should be a nonpartisan issue. Everybody should be in lockstep on that, but they're not. The media's lying. The Democrats are taking.
So they found 10 child laborers. Like I said, the media was there, and so were the protesters, and they were smashing the vehicles, attacking. And there was this right here. Let me show you this.
Take a look at this video right here.
So. Let's see. Okay, here it goes.
Here's a protester fired some kind of gun at federal agents. This happened this afternoon. It was a really chaotic scene at the time. A lot of smoke was being launched at the protesters. And again, it appears a protester fired back with that weapon. It
was brandishing it. Let's see.
Looks like he fired at least a couple of times. We have not heard about any agents being hurt.
Yeah, I didn't see a flash, but his hand was jerking there as if he was firing that. So so this was from yesterday at the California marijuana facility. So let's see. And Alan says Ukraine was the original Russia. Yeah, that's where the Russian Rus started. Yeah. I don't think it is any part of Europe. I have no problem with them wanting to govern themselves either. But obvious Russia would have an interest in it, right? Whether we want to deny it or not. Okay. Oh, and let's see. Got this. This is a meme that a lady named Grace on the X platform did. Let's see. So it's Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is the governor of the U.S. state of California. So a tearful Gavin saying Trump is taking away the children who are picking our marijuana in the fields. So true, isn't it? So true. And he's teary-eyed, of course, right? And versus I once wrote a pot tree leaf. I smoked it and had an out-of-body experience. Ooh. Was it a good one, Philip? Is it responsible for who you are today? Let us know. And let's see. Yeah. What else? Oh, let's talk about France. This was crazy. We've talked a couple of times on these about Candace Owens doing a story, like a 6-part story about Macron's wife, Brigitte, being a man, and then it turns out the man is actually the president of France's Emmanuel Macron's father. And his last name was like Trodno or something originally. And so the two female reporters that are responsible for a lot of the reporting, well, Brigitte, with no proof on her own, got a defamation in a French court. Got defamation charges brought and charged against these two female French reporters. Well, they appealed it, and I'll pop this up here. And let's see there. So the women who claimed Brigitte Macron born a man were cleared of defamation. And in the first trial, there was they never got Brigitte, like a DNA sample, right? Because she refuses to give a DNA sample. Because what? It's going to show she's a man, and it's going to show that she's related to her. So yeah, in the first trial, they were railroaded. So in this trial, they cleared them of defamation because they said it wasn't malicious. Basically, they had another term for it, but basically they didn't do it out of malice, but they had a different term. So at the same time, they didn't say she's a man. But it's not defamation because the journalists really believed what they were saying, so that's how they cleared them. It's so obviously political, isn't it? And so now the women that were charged, at least one of them is going to sue Brigitte for fraud. They're going to go after her for fraud. Oh, wow. And this is very easy. This is very easy to take care of. A DNA sample would totally prove defamation if these journalists were wrong, right? and and it would also clear her Brigitte gun charges. Though, I imagine the French courts can do that anyways. I'm sure they have. Their courts could be just as much of a kangaroo court as the UK's courts and the US courts can be. So, wonderful though. But it's kind of a backdoor way. Yeah, she's a dude. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Here, let's see. Ian Warren says, wasn't he adopted, Newsom, or come from a poor family? No, I think he's always from a well-to-do family. He's some kind of second cousins or something. That the Pelosi's, are somehow mixed in with that. The Pelosi's, that was our former Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, a corrupt, evil. What a monster she is. She came from a mob family. A mobster who was the mayor of Baltimore, which is on the east coast of the U.S. A city right next to Washington, D.C. You can drive, when you drive north from Washington, you then go right into Baltimore. Totally corrupt people. So somehow he's part of that clan, not directly, like first cousin or something, but my understanding he's well-to-do, but I might be wrong. I never looked into his childhood. He's such a creep. And like Philippine says, Gavin Newsom is Patrick Bateman. Yeah. Gavin Newsom, he's not a psychopath, he's a sociopath. He would have no problem if he could get away with it, peeling the skin off your face. He's that sick, but so much of our politicians are the exact same. And I'm sure in the UK too. So, let's see. And Philip says, I was on the ceiling pretending to hide my tears the whole time. You were? From that one leap? Really? Fascinating, Philip. Fascinating. And Philip says, Brigitte sits with her legs open. Yeah, she doesn't want to crush them balls. But that's funny to think about, because Emmanuel sits so feminine. You ever see that with the legs crossed and everything, just like a woman? It's such a starrer too, right? But yeah, Brigitte probably sits wide open. What a world we live in. It's so funny. Oh. Italians, Warren says. There was a mob hit. Okay. Warren said, there was a mob hit on her husband because they were inside trading. I guess we're talking about Brigitte? Okay. Yeah, the big thing seems to be, it's like Brigitte just popped up 30 years ago. So it's kind of interesting, Yeah, and then Warren says, there was a mob hit on her husband because inside trader. Philip said Ziggy Stardust was more convincing than Brigitte. Yeah, David was very, very pretty, wasn't he? Yeah, and he did all that stuff a lot earlier. Yeah. Yeah, David definitely was more convincing, especially during those early days and everything. Hunky Dory and stuff, yeah. I adore David Bowie and his music. So, yeah. So, let's see. And, no, Nancy the mob. Oh, See, you know more than me. See, we're talking about politics. I don't know anything. Let's see. Mom hit on her husband because they were inside church. Okay. Stupid me. Yeah. Yeah, that drug addict that broke into Nancy and Paul Pelosi's house. I gotta say one thing though. And it was like they were trying to cover it up. But Paul Pelosi, that video actually made Paul Pelosi look like a badass. He had this guy who is threatening to kill him with a hammer, and he opens the door and he's so calm and collected, trying in a very calm manner to get the hint, cops, get the hint. Then the guy attacks him and hits him over the head, and Paul Pelosi is out cold snoring. And it was like, wow. I give him credit because he was so cool under that circumstance when he opened the door with the guy that was threatening his life. If you ever get a chance, look up Paul Pelosi. Paul Pelosi and at his home being kidnapped, terms like that, you'll find this video. And it's just fascinating. Very fascinating. So, let's see. Her husband survived the hit. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just that dense. But that was amazing to watch that. But it took him like 4 months to release that video. And so, what else do we got here? Oh, this is from the U.S. Kind of sick. So it's a Georgia teen, Sarah Grace. She was arrested for the murder of her parents back in February. Let's see. This will probably show it better. So she was at her parents' funeral, and this is her crying and everything.
And you taught me so many life lessons, and so many you just recently taught me within the letter you sent to James in 2018. When I first read it, I somehow I cried, and I got chill bumps. But every single time I read it, it puts me to a lot of peace.
So let's see. Yeah, it just goes on, and she was doing a lot of theatrics in different places. Again, like in the United States, she's being charged. It does not mean that she actually is guilty. Her 5-year-old younger sister found her parents dead. So, but she's doing a lot of attention-grabbing stuff, trying to get the story and get sympathy on true crime platforms and stuff. So, it would be, you're imagining that the cops have some kind of evidence, right? But we'll see. If she is found guilty and they have plenty of evidence about that now, then, yeah, it's another one of these psycho girls, you know? That's sick to see. So, this might be one of those trials that a lot of people would be interested in, right? So, is it another Menendez case? Yeah, kinda like that, Lawrence. Yeah, kinda like that. And let's see. Oh yeah. Well, I thought this was funny, because you know, like we had the Pelosi had vodka in her carafe, not water. Yeah, she's a big drunk, and also apparently a pill popper too. Yeah, she's just a horrible person. I thought this was funny from Husknet. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but we keep on, you know, how the government and everything lies to us, and everything seems to be an out. I thought this was pretty cute. So he created a PSYOP opt-out form. This is the so important for today. I don't care about this particular PSYOP, honestly. Just you when Trump came out, Trump administration came out and said there's nothing to see here with Jeffrey Epstein, we should all make a copy of these and send them to Washington. I'm gonna opt out of this psyop. I'm not falling for it. So very cute. That was a cute idea. And not as serious news, but serious for the people in Tokyo. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of flooding, right? And Tokyo gets those super high typhoons all the time because of where Japan is located. They get hit by so many typhoons to begin with. Well, something happened. Some storm, I guess, stalled out again. That kind of stuff. And I'll show you some videos, and then I'll show you what Tokyo has to deal with this stuff. So it shows that it was a very unusual situation for them. So let me play this. So what this is so much water is being overwhelmed into the system that fountains, geysers are coming out of the sewage systems. Let's see. There's no sound there. Yeah, so much pressure behind all the water. I imagine this is a lower place. That, yeah, the water's just shooting up out of a sewer in this location. And let's see, here's supposed to be... Yeah, this is just rain. Showing some of the rain. But then, now let me show you. They have, I think they have more, they have a number of these chambers below Tokyo that they built at the cost of tens of billions, I think, for flood control. Just give you the idea of the scale. So, let me push that up a little so you can see it. Yeah, I don't think this is the only one. But here, I got another picture. It might be of this same facility. So, one place in the world that's prepared for flooding is Tokyo. So it gives you an idea how unusual this particular flooding was. And you saw in the other picture, people, just how big this was. Totally man-made and it's for flood control. So pretty interesting. And Lawrence Burry says like the Godzilla movie. It's always open. Yeah, because, yeah, Japan has to be one of the worst places for natural disasters. Really, all the time. So, the Philippines laughing at that. Yeah. What else? And then I had this last thing, and it's, the person this happened to is okay. So this is a paraglider in the U.S. Let's see. It says it's Red River in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Let me play. He was apparently okay.
Whoa! Oh no! Oh jeez!
You hit a power line, and I don't know about you, I didn't see it either until he hit it. So I'll play it again.
Whoa! Oh no!
Yeah, now that I was looking for it, I
geez.
see it. Yeah, but he survived. They got rescued. He wasn't electrocuted or anything, so apparently he's okay. So, but wow. Yeah, what a surprise, huh? So yeah, that's about it for what I have in the news today. Let's see. And Philip says, I got a white privilege card under the name of Scot-Free. Getting off scot-free? Beware of low flying. Yeah, what a surprise, huh? And this guy, I don't know if he was his friend or something, but just happened to be filming and pow! Yeah, it's just those unexpected things, right? Those unexpected things that happened. Even if you're confident about what you're doing, you can make a mistake. And yeah, so that's everything I had. Does anyone else have anything else they'd want to bring up or talk about or anything? And like I said, this will be my last live stream. At least these daily live streams that I'll be doing. Yeah, just not getting much traction for it, so. But I'll keep making my different little videos and stuff. And Lawrence says, we'll miss you, of course. Well, thank you, Lawrence. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that those of you that watched almost all of these, so thank you so much. That was very wonderful of you. Let's see. Yeah, so let me know. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about? Or we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I think I got a song. Let's see, do I have a second song here? Oh yeah, I do. I have a second song. So we can leave with that. And, okay. No one else has anything else, then let's go ahead and call it quits for today. I thank you so much for viewing these, taking your time out of the day. It's just wonderful that you were willing to do that. The silly whole VTuber concept and everything. And Tom says, bye everyone. And I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Here's a song for you.
Busy lights going dim, world's on fire, nothing's right. Join me, lover, take my hand as we dance into the night. Chaos rolls all around, but your smile, it shines so bright. Close your eyes, forget the sound. We'll find peace in this dark light. Join me, come to hell with me. Let's laugh while the world burns down. We'll be free in misery. Love's our spark in this doomed town. Ashes fall from the sky. Feel the warmth of my embrace. In the wreckage, you and I find our love amidst the craze. Tides are turning, hearts ignite, but together we'll stay strong. Hell may rise, but we're alright. We'll survive where we belong. Join me, come to hell with me. Let's laugh while the world burns down. We'll be free in misery. Love's our spark in this doomed town. Join me, come to hell with me. Let's laugh while the world burns down. We'll be free in misery. Love's our spark in this doomed town.
My thanks to progressives everywhere as we make Hell on Earth a reality.